Hey guys, what is going on? We are finally ranking the Titans after the last update. So there were some changes, and I think the Titans are a lot more balanced now, but let's go through them and see what the changes are first. So starting off the top, the SHARANG was just nerfed minus 10% durability. Not a huge amount, but it was enough to make a difference. Then the NODENS surprisingly got a bit of a nerf, which was a little bit weird to me. A bunch of the weapons got adjusted. And then the Arthur got 20% more shield durability, but then 20% less robot durability. Doesn't really make sense to me. But starting at number 7, no surprise, the Kid. So pretty much the biggest problem with the Kid is a lack of defense and a lack of firepower, especially because you can only use your 2 beta slots for most of the time, and you have to use your ability to use that 1 alpha slot. So lack of firepower, pretty much no defense. Like, this thing doesn't have any resistance, no shielding, no defense system whatsoever. You have your kind of whatever it's called, a ring of death up close, but that's pretty much when the Kid does best here. So you can see I get behind this Arthur, sneak up, surprise him. He's like, what is going on? Freaks out, boom, killed him. But that's the Kid at its best. At its worst, you get caught out in the open, you never even hit your enemies, and you can only use your 2 beta slots, which sucks. So number 6, this might be surprising, I'm going with the Ao Ming. So the Ao Ming, it's low on this list for a couple of reasons. Well, first, the great part about the Ao Ming, the best parts, is the firepower and the durability. Has a lot of durability, has a lot of firepower, but probably more importantly, it is an easy target for enemies. It's super slow, has no real defense system either. I mean, okay, the defense system is the healing, but the healing is garbage in my opinion. See, look, so this Hades is shooting us with a flamethrower, and we're so slow that he can still hit us with his flamethrowers. Rockets can hit us moving in the air, and we really can't do anything about it. We have our healing, like I said, but the healing, not that great. It's not exactly the best defense system, and that's why it's so low on this list. Every time I've used it, I've used a bunch of different weapon builds. I've used all the weapon builds. And this is actually a really popular build right here that I see in Champion League a lot. And yeah, maybe it's decent from 600 meters out, but you cannot push beacons with this thing, and you are a big, slow, moving target. So that's why the Ao Ming is so low on this list. I mean, this list is opinionated because, you know, I'm saying my opinion about it. So if you guys disagree, let me know why. But Ao Ming's clocking in at number 6. So this is the Ao Ming at its best. You fly backwards, you make use of your range and your firepower, and this is a Kid Titan, and I'm slowly firing away and picking him apart, and then I get help from my teammates anyways. But man, the Ao Ming is also very susceptible to Hawks. Hawks can melt this thing in no time at all. And pushing forward is just a risk all the time with Ao Ming, just because of how susceptible it is to incoming damage. And you got no resistance, no shielding, no suppressing, just straight up healing. And you'll see why. So I get caught up. This Hawk just has a heyday on me, melting away. I can't do anything, and I'm dead. Number 5, the NODENS. So this one might surprise people too. But the NODENS, I definitely think is better than the Ao Ming, but not better than some of the other robots. There's a good argument for the NODENS being the best team robot because of the healing, but as a straight up brawler, it's mediocre. So you do have a couple different things to, you know, use as a defense system. You have your suppressing ability, and you have your healing, where you can heal your teammates. Titan Slayer, boom. Okay, so we'll see. We got a teammate NODENS up front. I mean, it's impossible to hit a Hawk with these weapons. To me, these weapons are the weirdest thing ever. Like, the crate, just, they don't really make sense to me. But that's besides the point. The NODENS, every time I've used the NODENS, you have your good games and your bad games. But the key to play the NODENS, in my opinion, is to stick to smaller maps, make use of cover, and really kind of hang back. You never really want to go in a straight up 1v1 situation with an enemy Titan, unless it's like a Kid, just because a lot of the time you're not going to win that. The NODENS doesn't have great firepower, doesn't have an overabundance of durability. Like I said, it's a sit-back robot. You heal up your teammates. You kind of manipulate the battlefield because, you know, you can heal your teammates. On one side of the battlefield, you see an enemy that's killing your teammate. You can suppress him. But that's really the NODENS at its best. So you can see I'm using the cover here. I see all my teammates' health dropping, so I'm trying to heal up. I'm getting attacked by these guys. But this is partly the crate's fault, but those weapons are really annoying. But we're firing away here. Shooting at that Arthur. Healing my teammates. But the NODENS at its worst is when you don't have your suppressing ability and you get hit by like a hawk or something more powerful that comes at you, because you can't do a whole lot. And that's probably the biggest problem with it. So this is the NODENS at its worst. You can see we have the Grom. You'd think this build would be super effective, but we really just can't do anything other than fly around me. So that Muromits goes up in the air, and luckily he kind of almost, I don't even know, he initially misses some of his shots. But as with most Titans, we can't even hit this Demeter. Like, maybe it's my lack of skills, but it's really annoying. The NODENS mobility is a huge problem with it as well. It's so awkward to move, and if you use the NODENS, you probably know what I mean. Just using it compared to other robots, it has a weird flow to it, probably because, you know, it's supposed to be hovering in the game, but it definitely affects your mobility, and that's why I'm putting it number 5 on this list. But a good team robot, I can say that it's a good team robot. If you guys want to heal up teammates, probably run the NODENS. So at number 4 for my list, I have the MINOS, or the Ox MINOS, because we get 10% more durability. But this robot's become a lot more popular, and maybe it deserves to be higher on this list just because I've been seeing it a whole lot in Champion League. But in my opinion, it's still not quite as high as the Arthur and Sharanga, just because, I mean, the defense system is extremely effective. You cannot deal very much damage at all to the MINOS when that defense system is up. But you can see, like right now, when you don't have your defense system, you're usually in trouble. So I'm trying to use cover here, especially on big maps. It's difficult to use. The MINOS thrives on smaller maps, so those maps like Dead City, Power Plant, hopefully eventually Moon Map. And then if you're on something like Dreadnought, you want to stick to that cover, because you'll see what I do here in a sec. In this kind of, my teammate Demeter's healing us up, which helps a lot. But if you don't have your defense system ready, you're really in trouble. So you can see I'm here, I'm ready, okay. And then I decide to just do a stupid move, and I'm like, alright, let's just chase down this NODENS. And this is probably not what you want to do with any Titan. Your defense system is really your only shot, and then we kind of, yeah, that was kind of a dumb move. Probably got frustrated a bit, honestly, using it. But if you are going to use the MINOS, I'd recommend the Grom. I think you have to get close, you have to stomp the enemies, push them around, almost frustrate them, if I'm being honest. But I'm leaving the MINOS at number 4. I like a few other robots. It's not terrible, but it's definitely, the gap between the MINOS and the NODENS is pretty big in my opinion. So the MINOS is definitely one of the better Titans in the game. Next, number 3, the 3rd ranked Titan in the game, the Arthur. So Arthur used to be the best Titan in the game until we have some newer Titans. But man, what did we say with the Arthur? Extremely durable. The shield is ridiculously durable on the Arthur. I think it's up to what, 1.3 million HP on the Arthur shield, which is crazy because you can get the Arthur durability itself up and then the shield with it. Pretty nuts. So the Arthur at its best, you'll make use of your shielding because it's so durable. You have pretty decent firepower, and in my opinion, you have to run an accelerator. I forgot to put it on in this specific clip because I was aiming more for damage. But I think just because the Arthur isn't exactly the fastest robot or the most mobile Titan, you need to use an accelerator. It makes a huge difference, and you can actually chase down beacons and push enemy lines more easily. And you can see, we're just tall enough. Another great thing with the Arthur is the weapons are up top, so you can, you know, sit behind cover and just shoot. And this Favner thinks he can take us out, but he can't. and super annoying, and boom, there we go. Took him out, and we're sitting. But once your shields blow off with Arthur, you're usually in trouble. That's a good kind of marker to see whether you're facing an Arthur or you're running an Arthur. If a shield comes off an Arthur, you're in trouble or the enemy's in trouble. And let's face it, the Arthur's kind of the shellbot big brother, except the shellbot annoys me a lot more. And it doesn't help that I'm running cannibal reactors here, so we're dealing like pretty bad damage to just regular robots. But we get... Oh man, my teammate stole the kill there. But yeah, Arthur at your best, run shotgun. I think the shotgun Arthur is the best version of the Arthur to run. It doesn't really make sense to run range weapons just because, you know, the Arthur is a brawler. That's why it has that crazy durable shield. And just a correction, the Arthur shield is it has up to 1.8 million HP, which blows my mind. But you can see we get taken out there. Number 2, the Muromits. This may be a controversial decision to put Muromits at number 2, but I think if you don't have a quantum radar or a quantum sensor, then the Muromits could be the best robot or best Titan in the game. It's real. It's only vulnerable when you're not using your ability, which maybe is a stretch because most of the time you're not using your ability. But watch, just look at this. You're using your ability, you're in stealth. The rocket ability, the Hell Rain is extremely effective. You can take down just about any robot if you can hit them, which you should be able to. I like the machine gun build, but this is the downside of the Muromits. So the Muromits it's kind of a stretch. If you can only attack enemies with your ability on, then it's probably the best robot in the game. But if you get caught out like I'm getting caught right now, without your ability ready to go, then you're in trouble. The EMP, it's not crazy effective, but it's good enough. So, I don't know. This may be the diciest one. Is the Muromits number 2 on the list? And number 1, you guys guessed it, the Sharanga. The Sharanga, in my opinion, even after it got nerfed that 10% durability, it's still just so... I don't know if the word is overpowered, but overwhelming maybe in Champion League. So no matter which weapon build you run on this thing, it's going to do crazy damage. There's a fly on my face, and I feel it. Okay, moving forward. So we have Striker here. No matter what you run on it, it's always going to be crazy powerful. The Rocket build, the Striker build, the Shotgun build especially, you guys have seen probably a ton in Champion League. Okay, we're moving on to MINOS. So this was a bad move by me with the Sharanga, but at the same time, it's a good example of what not to do. So we're moving, we're pushing forward, we're taking shots from multiple angles. Okay, we're trying to back up, our weapons blown off, and we get killed. Nothing too exciting. This is the Sharanga at its best. So here's a NODENS in the center. Increased damage. Boom, taken out. The shotgun build, like I said, I think it's the best Titan build in the game. It's a bit more difficult to take down normal robots just because their surface area is so much smaller that it's harder to actually shoot them down. But there we go. The bigger the robot, the easier it is to take down. And even the Sharanga Grom just absolutely chews through the Yao Ming. Watch this. Boom. Easy kill. And yeah, so Sharanga clocked in at number 1. Do you guys agree with this list? Maybe it's a bit controversial, but I think the Sharanga is still the number 1 Titan in the game, especially, no doubt about it, in terms of damage. You can run 4 cannibal reactors, which is insane. But if you want it more balanced, you'd probably run something like, I don't know, a accelerator, some armor, who knows. But it's also going to be interesting to see the new modules, the anti-control module coming out for the Titans, which could definitely be an issue. But do you guys agree with this list? Is it good? Is it crap? Let me know in the comments. This is just my opinion. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Until next time, peace. See you guys next video.